Hello, my name is Jamie Fry and welcome to Burro brand Sawhorses. Today we're going to be going through a sawhorse build. My family's been doing wooden sawhorses for over 40 years. So come on and we'll check this out. So here we are at our first step in the process. We have three components. We have a leg, a top, and an end. The first thing we do with the ponderosa pine is create our legs. And so on this machine right here, it's our ready arm saw, we cut them to length, sort through the wood and cut them to length. This is the actual length of our leg on the sawhorse. So the next thing we're going to be doing is splitting that to create our leg profile. So here we are at our next station to split the leg like I was discussing. This here is a jig to make this possible. It basically has a straight edge for the fence, and then we add the angle that we need inside the jig. So I'll run it through and show you guys how it gets done. So there we are with our two cut legs. We have our lefts and our rights, ready to make a sawhorse. So next we're here at our shaper station, which is the station that we take over, round over the edges on all sides to minimize splinters and make it a little easier to handle. So I'll run that through and show you exactly what we do here. Round over the bottom. So here we are with the round over edges. Makes it look nice and pretty. And the next thing it's ready for is branding. So here we are at the branding station. We're basically putting our logo on our left leg. That's what we always put our logo. We've been doing it for years. We used to silk screen it with a red ink, but now we burn it in. So take a look at this. You can see our hot stamping machine over here. And this young man is putting in our brand. At this station, this is the double chop, which we got a CTD machine, one of the top rated double chop saws, automatic double chop saws in the business. We take our 2x6 lumber, which is usually a white fir, a spruce, anything like that, and we cut them to length here on this saw. So we bring in the units, take a look at them, sort through them, and then make the double chop cut. So once we have our two angles on the ends, we're ready for our side angles, which comes to this machine. This is a double table saw machine. It cuts each angle of the sides to create our trapezoid that we use for our top. Once it comes out, now we have all our sides of our trapezoid. Angle, 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 and an angle, ready to be made, except one thing left. We like to soften the edge of our top to make it a little easier to handle. Now we have our softened edge where you grab it with your hand. And now it's ready for our sawhorse. So here we are with our plywood end, the third component in our sawhorse, which adds most all the strength to our sawhorse. This baby gets put on the end of it, it's glued and stapled, and keeps the legs from coming apart when you add all the weight and other things to the top of the sawhorse. This we used to do in-house. But now we actually get a panel shop to do it because they have much higher end machinery to be able to knock this out in an affordable way. So here we are where all the magic happens. We have our end, our legs, and our top. First things first, the most important part of our sawhorse is the glue. So I'm going to glue it with an extra large amount of glue. Make sure that it's nice and thick for good adhesion. So it's what keeps the Sawhorse staying together for years, we hope. We always like to say we like to make a piece of furniture around here. My dad used to be in the furniture business, so he kind of took over the Sawhorse when I was younger and put his little thing on it, which is making it extra special. Even though it was for contractors and work handymen, work guys, women. So we apply the staples to do a temporary clamp with the glue on all 4 legs with a slight V pattern. We try to put a V pattern to make sure it does adhere to the top even better. If you put straight staples across, then we again apply lots of glue to the end. See, guys?
Have a good one.
Now, once we get to the ends, we apply 8 to 10 staples per side, one on the top, keeping everything nice and even, an even reveal. If we find that we get a what we call a blowout, whatever, we clean that up. Make sure we don't have any staples sticking out. Keep everything looking as best it can. Do both ends now. On this end, to balance it out, we start on the opposite side. Same thing, 8 to 10 staples. Reveal. Now we do the cleanup on the Sawhorse, which we have a fine glue paste we create to fill any gaps, large knots, cracks, make it look even a little bit better than it could. And then we wipe it all down so we don't have big yellow glue marks all over the Sawhorse. And to fill in these cracks between the legs so the glue does even have a better chance to adhere. The top and the legs. Now we have a finished Sawhorse. Making sure we kind of take a little peek inside, make sure the glue and the legs are touching the top in a good manner. And then we stack them over here to dry with a little bit of space in between each one so they don't attach to each other. Extra thick glue, looking beautiful. So they got pulled over here after they sat and dried for a couple hours. Make sure the glue has a nice bond, so we let that sit for a couple hours at least. And then we take it to the stroke sander here. Once we stack it up, we also put our stickers, any of our POP stuff on, and we bring it to this sander here. So this sander is a 36 grit stroke sander, and it takes this off, makes it clean as a whistle in about maybe 5 seconds. You can do the whole top of this. Once we sand it, we bring it over to our leveling table here. And on this leveling table, there's a little saw here, so if 3 of them are off, the one that is of this side, it's kind of hard to explain, but basically it's either going to be these legs or these legs that are off. So whatever it's wobbling on, that leg has to be trimmed off. We slide it over. If it was this leg that needs to be cut, drops in there with the 3 legs being level on here and slices it. It's evenly level with the table, the saw blade, the top of the saw blade. So it's really pretty cool. We found this not too long ago in a machinery warehouse. It's like a machinery graveyard in the Tennessee / Kentucky / South Carolina area. There was a lot of furniture shops that went out of business when everything moved over to China, and so We found this in one of those graveyards. There is probably multiple 50,000 square foot buildings filled with unused machinery. So we came upon this. We used to do it on a table saw, but this has sped up and made the process so much easier. So once we're done here, we have a clean finished sawhorse right here that we put on our final piece, which is on the pallet that heading to the stores for our customers to buy. So it heads to the retailers. There's multiple stacks on this. We build this pallet ourselves, and this is the final step. We take a good look at it, make sure everything's clean, all knots and cracks are filled, and it looks pretty, ready for the consumer. So here they are, strapped and about to get wrapped, and they have cleats to keep them from falling off our pallets and handling the road. This is the final step in our process of making a sawhorse before they head out to you, the consumers. I'd like to thank you guys for joining us. If you've made it this far, I appreciate it. Thank you for letting me show you the intricacies of how we build our sawhorse. We appreciate your time, and hope you stay tuned or tune in for the next one that we create for our other products that we make. Thank you again.